evacuated, and then the RN, Royal Navy, took her out and scuttled her out in the deep water of the South Atlantic. Because
scuttled means sank?
Sank her, yeah.
Okay.
Because she couldn't, she was beyond repair and couldn't be.
So how did that affect morale on the Coventry?
It was down for a bit. But then again, you see, we've learned something. We've learned from this, and we've become more astute, the ops room, and yes, as an engineer, you're very much reliant on what the people in the ops room are doing. We can only provide them with the propulsion to move this weapons platform from A to B. You're relying on those people in the operations room to want to move it in the right direction. You know, we can give them as much as they want, but they need to be able to move the ship to wherever they want. I think it sharpened them up. They became. I was very, very confident. I had a lot of confidence in the captain downwards on the operational side of the ship, and he was a great man. He was probably more honest with us down there than probably any captain of a Royal Navy warship has probably been before. We got into a routine, and it's, you know, you say, how can you get into a routine? Well, we used to get up in the morning. We stayed on GMT, so we would get up in the morning. And it was dark, Argentinian time, so we could have breakfast, and we could get all of the niceties and all the domestic side of life over with before the sun came up, which was the first time that you were going to be attacked. We would go to action stations just before sunrise. We'd stay at action stations, the attacks would come in, we'd break down, we'd have a light lunch, and then the afternoon, 6 o'clock in the evening, we'd go to action stations again because the sun was going to go down.
I love the way you describe it as we have some breakfast, we go to action stations, we get attacked a little bit, then we have some lunch.
Well,
what form were these attacks taking?
Air raid warnings, air raids coming in, not necessarily to us as a ship, but to the fleet.
Okay.
And a lot of the time it was to the ships that were mustering in San Carlos water. I mean, we were trying our hardest to be a decoy to get the aeroplanes to attack us, or for us to be able, in a position as a picket ship, to be able to take out the attack before it actually got to the ships that were in San Carlos that were landing the troops.
And that did happen. Now, from what I know, HMS Coventry had Sea Dart surface-to-air missiles, and Coventry was the first ship to fire them. Is that right?
It's correct. Yeah,
successfully.
Successfully, yeah. We had a very, very successful, numerous successes with Sea Dart missile. We were also the first warship to deploy a helicopter with I think it was a sea skewer, which was a brand new, out of the box air to surface weapon that was transferred to us south of Ascension Island. We had some real good successes, and of course we always, a great morale booster. You know, when you've actually fired something and it works and it gets a success, it boosts everybody's morale. We never thought we were invincible, but we always thought that we were one move ahead. And we had, a great admiration for the captain and the ops room crew, who seemed to be able and seemed to have got it right, just at the right time in the ship's life. Not invincible, but we felt pretty confident that we were going to survive. However, on the day that we did get hit, we knew that we were a target. We knew that the aircraft were coming in to attack us. We had been in the same place for 3 days, or this was our third day in the same place. The Argentinian Navy knew where we were, the Argentinian Air Force knew where we were, everybody knew where we were, because that's exactly what we were there for was to try and draw the fire from San Carlos water. The captain was known to have had long and lengthy discussions with the admiral with regards to our ship's position and the fact that we were actually being put into a position where A, we couldn't fight, and B, that everybody knew where we were. Yes, they said, well, you've got broadsword with you, who's your close range weapons, but a Type 42, by the fact of what it is and the weapons that it had, needs to be out in the open sea. And of course we were 7 miles off the land, which is where the aircraft came in from. So by the time we actually got to see them, pick them up on radar, they were only 2 minutes away.
In essence then, was Coventry being used as a decoy?
I believe it was on the day. It was the 25th of May, which was the Argentinian Independence Day. The Argentinians were looking for a success. The landings in San Carlos were going ahead brilliantly. Putting us where we were for the third day actually made sure that all aircraft taking off from Argentina on that day were going to come and attack us because we were a soft, easy target. And that would have given the Argentinians a nice fillip and a bonus for the day.
But you didn't have, at that point, any sense of foreboding?
No, not at all. No, we actually believed that ourselves with broadsword, who was our close range support, we'd be not invincible, but we'd be able to hold off any attacks that came in.